why a 50, 60 years old whiskey costs much more than a 10 years old whiskey? They use something called a term of injure share over the years lost. It's not just because the age is high, it means like it's better or higher. But the reality is every year they are losing liquid through evaporation. So they say the Indians drank it.
Cheers. So try both.
Yeah, you guys have to try both.
Try both, okay.
Wow.
Oh.
Not bad, shall we?
Oh, it's quite nice. Cheers. Oh, wow. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I don't need to interview anymore yet.
So you want to cut the video so they can continue drinking?
Wow.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer this one.
I can't. I'm not
This
sure
is
if I can tell.
This
but
is too.
They're very deep taste.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they are both the same style of whiskey, and I purposely chose the same style of whiskey that is literally the same age, same alcohol content.
Same alcohol
similar,
content.
Very
Same
similar.
alcohol
Yes.
content.
Yes.
Okay, in my opinion, it's
From
very
different
similar
places. They are all made from different countries.
Okay, we try again, okay? Because I think
go
it's
ahead.
quite similar.
Go ahead. Yeah,
No,
go ahead.
no. There's a huge difference. That is too, how do you put it? Choking to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
that was too choking to me.
Okay,
Yep.
that one.
I like this.
Cannot. We got to taste the same, so you taste first. Then I taste this. If not, you must, ma.
I prefer this. This is to my liking.
I let you guys go through the whole motion of like tasting, okay? Or I share with you how it should be done.
Okay.
When you nose from left to right with this tulip graph shape whiskey.
Left to right. Okay.
Okay. You don't need to take a deep breath like Snoopy. I mean, because the alcohol content is strong enough to the airflow, the aroma will come out, and the alcohol content will also flow through to your nose.
Okay.
So what you need is to ask yourself what it reminds you of. Okay? And then after you take a slow sip, very, very small sip, don't immediately swallow. Let the alcohol, the liquid, flows around your palate from left to right, right to left. Before letting a liquid flow down to the back of your throat slowly. Do it for this as well. That initially you find it very choking. Okay, or you can take a sip of water. Why not take a sip of water? Yeah. And then you can decide again which one you prefer.
Just in case we have any more interview later, then I'm done, okay? You take over.
Wow, then we'll go back to the team and then scold them. No. Never they schedule the thing properly.
This is the joking one, right?
Dodo.
So typically after you drink your first whiskey, your palate, your tongue start to coat it around with all this
joking one.
Alcohol, aminos, fatty acids. And sometimes, all the flavors start to coat around.
This is the joking one.
Which one?
The green one.
Oh, now you change the group. Okay.
Why, Oh, is it because when I drink water, it wash down, then hence
Yes.
the flavor changes as well?
Yes.
Okay, wait, let me try. You know, at this rate, we probably wouldn't able to pass like 10 minutes. We'll just be drinking.
Then this episode over.
Yeah.
A very, very small sip.
I think I prefer this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is way spicier.
Okay.
I prefer that too.
So now should we review which is A and B first then, or do you all want to?
Maybe you tell us what's
so what should we look out for?
What should we look out for?
Okay. In general, few things. Okay. In appreciating whiskey, right, 80% actually comes from nose. Yeah.
Not the tongue.
Your
80%
olfaction.
nose.
Yes. Why? it's very much also a very common knowledge. Today, when we all have flu, or think about it during COVID-19, right? You walk past the hawker center, can you even smell the difference between char kway teow and Hokkien mee?
Can.
No, but you got flu,
When
you
you
can't.
flu,
lah.
that was one.
Okay. Flu cannot lah. Flu cannot.
Yes.
Okay.
The exact same sentiment. Now, I ask you to pinch your nose and drink that whiskey. You can't tell which is which. They all taste the same. One is maybe spicier than the other. Because all you get is the sweetness, the bitterness, and the spiciness. No other flavors that's involved. Right?
Oh yeah, you're right. You just
Yeah.
see the difference.
It just tastes like
Yes.
alcohol. Lor.
So a lot of people, they understand that 80%, of our survival instinct, or not for alcohol tasting, in general, our survival instinct, right? Our nose, our hearing, all these are the fastest to detect and allow us to process what it is.
Okay.
So through your nosing, it should start to remind you of what does it makes you feel like. What is in front of you. Of course, we all know that it's whiskey. But whiskey, through maturation and distillation and this fermentation, creates different profile. And what happens is, of course, this different profile is then being transmitted through our nose first, right? And when you taste, you're just trying to taste the remaining 20%. Does it coincide or correlate with whatever that you have nose?
Whatever we try to identify.
Correct. So
red,
today
scene.
is the same
Okay.
question that if you smell a char kway teow but you taste a Hokkien mee, but this is wrong. And that is also what we determine as not so ideal or whiskey that's being produced.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, a good whiskey would definitely be in a linear sort of progression.
Right.
Where,
What do you
I know this and I get more. When I drink it, it's the same as, I smell wok hay, I smell
Okay.
this. After I taste it. Yeah, really, there's a wok hay. On top of that, there's like
There's a
sweetness.
prawn, the
Yes, on
lok
top. Yes,
chor.
everything all comes in together.
Okay.
So it enhances, everything is being enlarged. Yeah. So your 80% comes from the nose, and then the 20% actually comes through is to verify that, is there much more that I can get out from the nose?
Right.
Okay.
If there is, then of course that's why most whiskey, if you see the grading, typically is about 70, 80 points. Then anything that's above 90 means they're really quite good because you get as much as you can out of it and without the alcohol punch.
Okay, wait. When you say grading,
points,
grading,
what
what's
does
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There are a lot of whiskey influencers out there. There are a lot of whiskey hobbies. So sometimes they'll write the blog, they'll grade the whiskey upon 10, upon 100 marks. So what I'm trying to say is most of the whiskey should range between about 70% to 80%, which I say because predominantly the nose is good. When the nose is good, means you're ready to drink. Right? I don't smell like ethanol.
Right.
I don't smell detergent.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I does that, then maybe.
Confirm.
I mean that's the term that most people used to label in clubs.
Taste smell.
Cockroach.
Yeah.
Cockroach taste. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a bottle of
So what's associated with the katoa?
there's no association. It is again like I think an old school term that people use when they go clubbing, and then you've been trying to the style, the Asian style is you take and drink, down it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The more you down, the more awful it gets.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because the whole alcohol, it coats around your tongue, and the more you get it, it's like how certain flavor is like. Okay, today we are our hand sanitizer. You press one, okay, maybe it smells fragrant. You press and press. Wow, all the alcohol start to, the whole sort of molecules and the whole scent enlarged.
Okay.
And you felt like vomiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but then, so when you drink, you had the sensors, the smell, but the smoothness, does it impact as well?
What does the word smooth actually represent to you? A lot of people, we came across these words, smooth. And actually, I tell you that a lot of geeks will disagree that not many people will describe whiskey as smooth, especially single malt whiskey. Why? It's production process.
Okay.
Yeah. So whiskey typically through distillation use a pot still, a big kettle. Let's put it this way, it's a big kettle. So when there's a big kettle, right, you have a lot of impurities. Okay, I always like to use this analogy. Look at your petrol. 95 or 92 versus your V power.
Okay.
You want your V power, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The most.
Yeah, the purest.
The purest, yeah.
So in terms of petrol, the purest is the petrol itself. There's no impurities. But for alcohol, the pure itself is alcohol.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then there's no flavor.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the flavor comes through.
It's ethanol, right? Yeah.
Correct. The flavor comes through when, you have all these sort of different flavors through interaction of the copper
Ingredients,
still, through a maturation, everything that comes in together. And hence, that makes whiskey, I wouldn't say, the term smooth is the right word to use. Typically, especially also depending on how people drink their whiskey, right?
Right.
If you add it with water and ice, with soda, of course, soda is not so
Soda
smooth.
is
Water is
easy
smoother,
lah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because soda is like sparkling one.
Okay.
Yeah. So it depends on the way that you are trying to understand. And I often also have this, I heard people saying that, does it mean that the higher the alcohol percentage, the harsher it is?
The harsher it is.
No, that doesn't mean that way. I have a whiskey that's 56.5. Most people find it very easy to drink.
So how much?
56.5
56.5
alcohol
okay.
content.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's half
56
of alcohol.
considered high.
Yeah. So
Okay.
a very classic example is right in front of what we just tried earlier. They are both about 58%. But you find that one harsher than the other one.
Yes.
It's the production process.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what contributes to something that's harsh?
As much as my knowledge, as much as I understand, I don't think it's something that I'm able to answer you right now.
Okay.
Or there isn't an explanation to it. I'm not so sure right now.
Okay.
Because basically what happens, right? Alcohol go through whiskey.
Okay.
Whiskey goes through 3 steps of production.
Okay.
Yeah. So fermentation, okay, where you get your first cut of alcohol.
Okay.
Which is your low wines, your 13, 14, 15%. Your wines is about there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then you further send into a distillation. Okay, is to concentrate the alcohol.
Okay.
That will give you alcohol spirits about sake, shochu, 20%.
Okay.
Yeah. And you further double distill. That's why they always say double distillation.
Yes.
Yeah, and triple distillation.
Okay.
Yeah. So the more you distill, it's the same. The clearer the alcohol. They achieve higher alcohol percentage,
Content,
but
okay.
lesser all these impurities, lesser all these flavors and impact.
Okay.
Yeah. Because what happens is, in this big kettle, we call it pot still, right? Hot air rises, cold air sinks, and there's interaction between the copper. So what affects is also, they talk about a big copper still and a small copper still. So when you have a big copper still, you have a lot of copper. So when hot air rises, evaporation takes place all over the place. And then, of course, now condensation.
It falls back in.
Yeah, falls back in. Exactly. It creates more flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. But it gets lighter as well because water is also part of this process.
Okay.
It's created, right? So when that happens, that's why they say big still creates lighter spirit. Smaller still creates heavier
spirit. Okay.
Yes.
But heavier, it means more alcohol content.
Oh,
okay.
heavier style.
Heavier style.
Yes.
That means the taste is heavier?
Yes.
Or what does it mean?
More intense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
so on that note, I'm curious because when we drink whiskey, there's always a common tone that it's a smoky taste and it's a bit heavy. So this is what you're saying about, right?
Because the timing will sort of course, you are not wrong in saying that yes, higher in alcohol percentage, but these processes are controlled via, like all these computerized or, or we control fire, like even in the past, we control the fire. So at the end of the day, when it comes to a second distillation, right, where you want to achieve like a big kettle, right? You want to achieve a very high alcohol content, like 90% is impossible. Today, most of the pots still achieve as high as about maybe 57%, 60% to about 70% max.
For whiskey.
For whiskey.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Because of the copper interaction.
Okay. It has to be copper or can be any other metals?
Yes, why copper? Because it's easily malleable,
Okay.
good conductor of heat,
Okay.
and it's cheaper than gold.
Okay,
so
okay.
if you have an alcohol that
Main
Main
gold.
gold, yeah, you can sell it as like maybe a Cartier sort of, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference between single casket and double casket? Is there something?
Single
Not
malt.
casket lah.
Single malt, double malt.
Single malt,
No,
single
cask.
cask. Is it?
Cask is, he's not wrong.
Okay.
So single malt and single cask, but not casket.
Casket is
single malt, yeah.
drink.
Baik.
Yeah. Casket is the one you
Hey,
put
what
in
the
body
other-
in one.
Yeah. Okay.
Casket.
So basically, single malt just means that whiskey made from malted barley and comes from a single distillery.
Okay.
Whereas single cask is more creme de la creme. Okay. It's like the
top
cream,
notch.
yeah, creme de
Okay.
crop. Yeah. Why? Because typically every drop of this liquid gold, or what you call it, whiskey, comes from only one barrel. And typically the whiskey maker will want to sell this as its own because it achieves the best result.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you go out today in the market to see and someone tell that, oh, this is a single cask whiskey, all right? And then it's 12 years old, for example. This is a single malt whiskey, 12 years old. Then you might start to think twice and, how come this 12 years old single cask is 3 times the price of this? Both are 12 years old. Yeah, of course, because this 12 years old single malt whiskey has 12,000 bottles in the market, but whereas this single cask probably there's only 200 bottles.
Okay.
It's a limited edition
So
per se.
the cask is the
It's
size.
not limited. You can sort of call it a limited edition, but it is what it is because you squeeze out every drop from that particular barrel.
Okay.
Yeah, and a single cask whiskey will always state the number of bottles that it actually yield and achieve through the years of maturation. When was it filled? The liquid was filled in when they took out and bottled. Yeah, correct. So the number of years and what kind of barrel that it went through.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are so-called like I say, creme de la creme of it in a distillery that whereby in today's term, most people try to sell this to private buyers.
Okay.
Whereas in the
Because
past,
it's limited lah.
in a way, you're not wrong. It's limited because whatever, like I say, you can't replicate similar things
Okay.
from, the exact. Yes, there might be similarities from the sister cask that lies down in the same warehouse beside this barrel.
Okay.
But one for one, it's not as easy to achieve because to me, one thing that I'm always very intrigued by in this industry is I think whiskey to me is 50% art and 50% science. So of course science comes with, if I tell that at this boiling point, alcohol boil, below this boiling point, what kind
processes.
of molecules, what kind of flavors, is being produced. Yeah, polymers, all these things like, this is a science they can calculate. But then again, why they say it comes, the job of a master, blender is the one that is the toughest because typically a single malt whiskey, right? Yeah, it has gone through multiple, blending session. But they are all, of course, by law, the Scotch law or even the Japanese law. Let's say I state this is a 12 years old single malt. The minimum age whiskey goes in at 12 years old. But these guys, they have tasted maybe 1,000 barrels of 12 years old. There has a slight differences. And they come together and mix it together and agree that this is the unanimous product that we're going to produce. This is the recipe.
Okay, so what does it mean when it's blended? Blended means
Blended within the distillery.
The same type of.
We call it vetting.
Okay, so what's vetting? Maybe if
okay.
someone that I'm not sure what.
Layman term, it's literally I have got, let's say, 1,000 barrels of 12 years old whiskey.
Okay.
Coming out from X distillery.
And 12 years old, it means
But
what?
I
12
don't-
years old in the barrel.
Yes, 12 years old minimum. Minimum
Okay.
12.
So there's no lower than that, right? There's no 10,
You
right?
cannot. Yes, you cannot. If
Why
that's by
so?
law.
Anything
That's a
lower is
Scotch
what?
Whiskey
Rule.
Association law regulation. It's a legislation that's being passed down. You can go and Google and search. So if anyone
That's below 12.
no, and then and state as 12, they are against the law and can be sued if
Okay,
anyone
okay.
finds out.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So 12 years is how much in the barrel? The moment the barrel is open, it's no longer 12.
No. So minimum 12 means 12.
Uh-huh.
When I pour in, I can stay at 12. But in this 12 years old bottle doesn't mean that I cannot add 15 years old bottle, with 15 years old whiskey inside. It doesn't mean I cannot add.
Okay.
Oh, so that's where your so-called vetting comes in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's a mixture of a liquid within the same distillery, within the same company.
Okay.
I mean, I should say distillery because sometimes nowadays the company
yeah,
own
different,
multiple distilleries.
Yes.
Within the same distillery, they actually mix them together to create a unanimous or at least to the
Harmonious
person.
fluid throughout. lah.
Correct product that they think everyone
Will enjoy.
that will like it and it yields the highest for them.
So you can only add more, you cannot add less. You cannot add 8 years inside.
Correct. You cannot. So that is also the reason why in recent years we also see a lot of whiskey with no age, but a lot of story behind. Yeah, because in today's world, the demand versus the supply, the demand is higher. Yeah, so when that happens, of course, most company wouldn't want to lose the opportunity to, make more money, right?
Okay.
So to do that, and they also feel that whiskey again is not about the age. It's not about, the age means the higher it is, the better it is. The oldest whiskey I've tried is a 70-year-old whiskey.
So what does
70
70 years old?
70
70 years means they
Yeah.
kept it in the barrel until 70 years
Yes,
old, then they
yes,
open.
you have
so
to,
the
yes.
moment you open, that's it, right? You
No,
will
that's
count,
yeah,
count it as that year.
They
lah.
count it
Yes,
as
as
a
a
year.
year.
lah.
You
Yes.
cannot cap it back because oxidation and everything occurs. Is
It's
it?
not you cannot cap it back. If you decide to bottle,
Then it will stop at that
Yeah.
year.
yes. So it's like today, you go to the fish market, the fish is being caught today. It's at least today. But if you let it swim, carry on swimming, it's not
Okay.
caught live today.
okay,
right?
okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So if I keep it in my bottle for the next 70 years, then what does it? If it's a 12-year whiskey for the next 70
Probably
years,
dried up already. I don't think it will last that long. Because the barrel itself is made of wood, right?
Yeah.
Wood is a natural product and they're porous.
Okay.
And that's what they call angel share. Yeah. Why? The reason there are 40... why a 50, 60 years old whiskey costs much more than a 10 years old whiskey? They use something called a term of angel share over the years lost. It's not because just because the age is high, it means like
you
it's
bound to be
expensive.
better.
Yeah, it's better or higher. But the reality is every year they are losing liquid through evaporation. And that evaporation is called angel share. So they say the angels drank it. Yeah, but which is just the law of nature.
Yes, yes.
Right? So by the 70 year, I've lost an exponential rate of like how much. So they have to make back the money and the time lost.
Okay. So then they are
them.
counting for
Hence,
the volume left.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a myth, when people buy alcohol, they say, hey, even though, it doesn't matter what year, 12 years, 15 years, it doesn't matter. But they say, hey, this one is I bought it 20 years ago. It should taste very, very good now. Is it true? Or
For wine or for
whiskey?
Okay. I have a group of friends, or I have some friends that, when I first started also, we chase after all these vintage whiskies. So all these whiskey were made in 1950s, 1960s and bottled in 1970s, 1980s, right? The time that maybe all of us not even born or just born.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow. The fact and science that whiskey doesn't age further once it's being bottled.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't age anymore. But we all don't know, is there sort of like do I call it the air effect, or do I call it this sort of exposure effect? That you don't, a bottle of whiskey is not, or alcohol, you don't bottle to the brim. It's not
okay.
right?
It's not fully airtight,
Yeah, even a cork that's being used, right? It's not 100% foolproof because it's not made out of like it's wood, right? Over the years, it degrade and it start to
Seep
lose out.
the
Then,
air.
yeah. So of course, we're not at the level whereby we take science to calculate how much air is being went in. So over this alcohol sort of settle down. This is the same logic. Today, if you start opening a bottle of whiskey, you drink, very harsh, very heavy, very spicy. But then and then after that, you left about 1/4, then you drink it like maybe 2 months later. Actually, not bad, not that spicy anymore.
Not that bad.
Because the ratio between the air and the liquid is
Yes,
different
increased,
already.
you interacted more.
correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. It's the same theory as adding ice and water in. But air is a natural way of like opening up the whiskey, like how
Like
wine
breathing,
it does ice. Correct.
like breathing,
like wine. Yes.
So if I leave, I'm very curious because I have alcohol that's left in the cupboard, right, for like years. Yeah, I'm then scared to drink. I'm scared to drink it to die. Right? Does it work that way? I mean,
No,
alcohol is generally
You can sell to him. He's looking for it,
so, but it's not poisonous, I mean,
No,
it's
I mean
poison, but
itself is already a sanitizer, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
alcohol, a disinfectant.
you cannot get any worse. It's
No, so far I've not heard of anything. Nothing will go wrong.
Okay.
And whiskey is one of the easiest spirit to store.
to keep, okay.
I always tell people just
Don't need fridge.
Yeah, you don't need because you just store it away from sunlight and minimal fluctuation in humidity.
Okay.
Yeah.
我们超生 one
Won't spoil lah.
No. It's the same thing that you put your.
sanitizer.
No, it's not that. Yeah, if you put a bottle of whiskey inside your freezer, it doesn't freeze up as well.
Okay. Yes, it doesn't. Yeah.
So what are we drinking today?
We have two whiskey. They are both similar style, sherry cask matured. The reason that I wanted you guys to try blind is because I hope that you can tell me which one you like first. Second question, which one do you think is more expensive? This is a live experiment to show everyone that doesn't mean that, more expensive the whiskey, the better it is. Or does it come from a particular brand that people are after means that it's better as well.
Okay.
Right? It's all about your personal preference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which one?
I'm going for the green one. I mean, you can try again, if you're unsure.
Green
Maybe
one.
we have some time after.
Green one.
Yeah.
Never say earlier. I suppose just drink.
I have my answer.
You sure
I like
this
the
one?
green one.
You like this one?
Yes.
Try again. Just.
I just. You have to smell from left to right, yeah? Then.
No. You smell
I
from left to right.
drunk already, I told already. That's it. I'm done. I can pack up and go home.
It should open up a bit more because now our palate is more settled. It's more accustomed to the alcohol strength. It's the same. That's why whenever we drink any whiskey, we always need a warm-up whiskey. It's the same thing like eating chili.
warm whiskey one. Okay.
Yeah. It's the same thing like eating chili, right? The first mouth, very spicy. But the
After
second
that,
and
you
third
numb
mouth,
already, yeah.
it seems like you are able to find the underlying, flavors, aroma of that chili. This chili actually is a bit salty, savory. This is a bit more, garlicky or
This doesn't have
a bit
much.
sweetness.
The last one I tried was like sea salt and all, but this one doesn't have, right?
Yes?
Have
Sea salt?
No. No.
Oh, don't have.
Yeah.
I have my answer.
So which one do you guys prefer?
I like the green one. So which one do you prefer, Mr.
Red or green?
Matthew?
I think this,
You prefer this? I prefer this.
but later you must finish.
I prefer this. I'll finish this and not that. Yeah,
Which one?
yeah. I like the green one. I like the
Okay,
green one.
I decided I like this one
I like
because
this
this one appears more. Cannot use the word smooth. Easier to drink. Yeah.
So let's find out who has a more expensive taste, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Expensive taste one.
This one's smooth. Okay, well, this one to me is nicer.
He has a more expensive.
Guys, So which is A, which is B?
So A is the green one.
A is the green one.
Okay.
But this is B.
This
Okay,
is green. So this is green.
Yes. Okay, so now you can see what ingredients are inside.
Ingredients are always the same. It's barley.
No lah, like they have the notes lah and all.
Notes.
Right?
Tasting notes are tasting notes, but ingredient is always the same.
Oh.
Yes,
wow.
because the ingredient to make whiskey is only water, yeast, and barley.
And barley.
Yes.
Maybe 3 ah.
Okay,
Malted
so-
barley, like if it's single malt. If it's not a single malt, then it's probably other grains like corn. So your American whiskeys are made of corn.
Oh,
Yeah,
American whiskey
predominantly
is called
bourbon.
whiskeys or bourbon?
Whiskey with an E. But they
they're
further
different.
classified it as straight bourbon or straight rye. So of course, most of the time where they
Always
say
thought it's the same. So whiskey with an E is different from whiskey, just why?
yes.
Oh, I thought it was like
I thought
different
it's the same,
spelling.
yeah. I thought just
So Irish whiskey, there's an E, and American whiskey has an E. Other than that, the rest of the world use whiskey without an E.
Okay, so when you use whiskey with a Y, just a Y, it means that it's
Scotch,
from...
Japan, Taiwan, India, anywhere else of the world.
Oh,
Yes.
I really didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's
this is
nice.
one of 234 bottles.
So, yes, again, back to your question, then America, they further classify as a, straight bourbon or straight rye. So, but predominantly they have more bourbon. They have more corn in the recipe home mash bill, whereas rye will have more than 51% of the mash bill is made of rye.
What's a mash bill?
Mash bill is just a recipe.
Oh, okay.
Basically a recipe to make, it's one pot of grains. They send it to boil before,
Okay.
Yeah, and then this is a recipe when it comes to distillation, this is a flavor. Yeah.
So
that
how
comes
much
out.
is this?
Yeah, how much is this?
How
How
much
much
is
that?
this expensive taste?
Okay,
But
this is
not
a
expensive.
Karuizawa. Karuizawa is a closed distillery and yeah.
Close means no longer in production.
Yeah.
Why? Because
So, but I have to say that when it was first sold, it wasn't that expensive. Just that over the years, because it's closed and people are after it,
like Pokemon cards are no longer in circulation.
yeah,
Hence-
people are looking for it. So it's few $1,000s in the market. Right
High
Wow.
thousands.
now. No, high at least three. two,
Okay.
three.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 3,000.
And this one?
This is only maybe 10 times lesser.
Okay. So usual
Yeah.
cost.
But this is also a single cask, and you can see that the alcohol percentage is about the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in your opinion, would it be different? As in, like, does it justify the difference in cost, or it's just because some of them choose likes this and they're hunting this more?
So in this world, we are always bounded by demand and supply, right? When demand is higher than supply, and there's someone that's willing to pay higher price,
Then it
price-
just becomes
But
higher
that
lah.
doesn't mean
It is better.
anything. Correct. That doesn't mean that it's better.
So the
Maybe it's
scores?
better in terms of collecting. So okay, I think one of the kind of I don't know, is it a good or bad moment, and for people that drink whiskey. Actually, whiskeys are meant to be drank, but over the years, people have been treating it like an investment asset. Yeah, and
So like wine, they buy to
the worst part is
appreciate.
you don't drink enough to invest, right?
You don't drink enough to invest.
Yeah. So you just hear says, oh, this is a closed distillery, this is definitely price will go up. Then you buy. Yeah. So when that happens and the market goes down,
They have
these
to
people
drink,
are the first one to
Drink
To get a hit. Then you drink
Yes.
yourself. Lah.
because
Yeah.
you are not appreciating it. You're buying it to flip or treating it like a investment or trading asset, you
Yeah.
see, rather than a commodity for appreciation. Whereas in the past, a lot of people made whiskey for their neighborhood, their friends to drink to enjoy. Yeah. So actually right now, especially this year, I think we see a very sharp downturn or a sharp reduction in demand for whiskey.
As an investment
No.
or
The investment
Or
part is
consumption.
very much gone. So both.
okay.
Well, because the thing is, okay, whiskey comes in, the whole whiskey production comes in a cycle. So what you are seeing today, right, were being tasked to produce maybe at least 5 years back and
Okay.
above back. If,
Many years back.
because the minimum age to be bottled as a Scotch, or for most whiskey, at least for Japanese also, is at least 3 years old, right? So during COVID days, remember, where everyone's happily drinking at home, drinking because there's nothing much to do.
Yeah.
They just ramp up the production.
Yeah, so all the brands were euphoric about, wow, the market is good, we need to make more.
Okay.
So they started making more then, but then it doesn't come out immediately.
Yes.
Whatever that we're seeing now, it's a repercussion, an effect of what happened then.
Okay, in COVID.
But right now, we are talking about healthy lifestyle. People are drinking lesser. Young people are not drinking, right?
Yeah, going for high rocks or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
This makes you high lah. Not high rocks. Yeah.
and that's what we realized that then there were a lot of inventory. I think there was a report, right, from FT showing that it's highest in decades. That,
The inventory, the
of
supply
all
is
these,
highest.
of all these brands, one of the highest. So if they start to slash price, that's where everyone will think that, so investors do not dare to invest. Yeah. But what's next? The thing is, do they have a vision to understand this is a cycle? Means that right now, no one is producing it, right? The next 5 years,
There'll be a demand.
when the demand goes up, when people start to drink, where are the whiskey? It's only the leftover that was left from what we had today.
Okay.
So when that happens, okay, you take it or leave it, right? And that's when there's a more willing buyer, the price goes up again.
So has production slowed already?
I think I would like to think so.
Okay.
I mean, we read news that APB cutting jobs. Yeah, I would like to think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time for all the alcoholics to buy alcohol.
Yeah.
People that drink, yes, people that drink, I would think that it's a good time because it's a buyer's market now.
So
Okay.
on a personal question,
Yeah.
because I'm sure you drink a lot, I'm sure you buy a lot. Your wife approves of this hobby, all this work that you do.
Because you are essentially an alcoholic, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of my stash were a mess also prior to COVID days lah, because there was a peak just before COVID where I suspect also, before the money laundering case that
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. The Singaporean Chinese
Yes.
money laundering case.
Yes. So one of the things that why whiskey can be considered an alternative asset is because the prices are opaque.
Okay.
They're not as
okay.
transparent.
Yeah. There's a variation to how much
Yeah,
someone
again,
will buy, sell.
yeah.
Like paintings, right?
Yes, exactly.
okay.
So
Art.
if I'm the one, I have full ownership of all the bottles available in the whole wide world right now. I call
You
whatever.
can price whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah. As long as I know that I price it right, there are people that wants it. So, and the next thing is, okay, maybe now you're my close friend. I just earn 20% from you. After you come back to me, might say, my friend also want. I say, sorry, I don't have a lot left. Okay, your friend want, I can only give it 50%.
Okay.
Do you want to take it? Do you want to take it? Then your friends now say they also want it. Sorry, I'll sell it 2 times. I got lesser and lesser, right?
Yep,
Stocks. That's how the market
Works. in a
works.
way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there must be people consuming it before the price goes up. The price don't artificially go up, so high. And when there's no demand, I mean, no matter how high the price you pay, it will come down eventually. I always treat whiskey sort of an investment or whiskey, right? Like I would say a property,
Okay.
right? There are people that can, make the whole market price up, but you must be able to find a willing seller that's willing to transact at that price with you. Yeah.
So how do you started this whole journey?
Oh, this is a very interesting story. So I actually graduated from economics and finance in the UK. Back then, very stressful. Everyone in a cohort during summer holidays, I ask you, hey, which bank you got, which investment bank? Like stress. I always got none. Then I realized I wasn't cut for it anyway. Study for the sake of studying, and then, but I realized that I enjoy doing consulting work. Yeah. So I have had the opportunity to actually intern with McKinsey in UK back then. I was studying and
In UK,
and I realized it was quite fun thing to do, meeting people, solving their problems, and then doing PowerPoint slides. But fast forward, then came back to Singapore. Wow. And I think 2013, 2014, I realized, my whole life I've been doing PowerPoint slide and talking to people about business, about their business.
Okay.
Do I really understand what business really were and I mean what business really are and how they work? Is it true in reality that it is what as all these big, CEO, COO, they talk about? So I decided maybe it's time that I should start something and find out myself. Else I will never know. I mean, after all, consultant, I'm just being paid to meet a scapegoat. You either take sides of either the,
the operations or the management. And
the operations or the finance side. Yeah, right? So 2015, I embarked on my new sort of startup with a business partner. Back then, my business partner was an LVMH private equity. So we were thinking that, since we are in finance, and then we read so much about the subprime, why not we also do something like subprime for whiskey? Like create a special purpose vehicle. We buy all the whiskeys, getting money from investors, and then sell it in different trenches. Then we sell a AAA one. Then the returns along the way. He said, cannot. It's too difficult because, again, back to what I've mentioned earlier, whiskey market is too opaque.
Okay.
If I can find someone selling you the same whiskey at $100 cheaper, then I'm gone.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, I will take it. And then I can never be constantly taking it. And then the second thing is, when we are buying all these things, we also don't know they are real or fake. The only way to authenticate is open up.
Open up this.
And drink.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, as much as there are a lot of people, a lot of experts out there, we talk about the bottle code. That every bottle made in certain years, the batch number, at the bottom of the bottle, there's a bottle code. At the bottom. Yeah. There's engraved onto the bottle itself. Yeah. Then the way that the glue is being pasted, the text stamp on top, the cork that's being used. So a lot of gigs has been starting because when the market went up, right, I think a lot of all these people are trying to refill the alcohol, and sell it as like a vintage bottle.
Yeah.
I think today,
So they were like, I heard that they will extract it using syringe and then pump it back.
Maybe. I don't know how it's being done because I have not done that. If not, I'll be very rich right now. Yeah. So, but there are people doing that. And one of the biggest, I think, case was reported, I think, that this Chinese guy, it was this Switzerland that paid 10 over 1,000 for one glass of whiskey. And I realized that it's not a vintage Macallan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the only way to find out, open up and they do a carbon dating with the liquid. Using the technology, yes. So other than that,
but no one goes through that kind of trouble, right?
Exactly. So that becomes a very tough part. So, and that was where the idea of Whiskey Butler was born. We said, since we enjoy alcohol so much, and then why not we just share the love? And back then, subscription business was a big market in the US. So again, we without much hesitation, we just keep on drinking, and then whatever we like, we buy, and then we just share with friends, like share with people, but or share with the public. Like, I cannot finish, I sell you by the glass. So I rebottle them into smaller
bottles.
Yeah, okay. And then send it out to people to try. When I first started, little did I know much about business or how Facebook marketing works.
And that was a business based in UK? Or
no, Singapore.
Okay,
back in Singapore
already. Okay.
Yeah, so 2015, I remember. And then we were rushing our first project, which was an Advent calendar. No one done it in mini samples.
You mean whiskey in Advent calendar?
Yes.
How many days?
24 days.
24 days.
Yes.
Wait, how big is the bottle?
No, it's a 20 ml only.
Shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's quite cool, what?
Nice.
Yeah, so we have no faith, but we just try. With all, It's not we have no faith, sorry. We have no confidence, but with faith, we just go in and
okay, just do it.
Yeah, and try.
Okay.
So we try and then without knowing much about how Facebook marketing works, just click boost $200. Oh, the next day, all the media started calling me. Hey, can we write about you? Because so I realized that we were the disruptor of the whole ecosystem.
Okay.
Yeah, no one else had done it before. Yeah, and it was a hit. So I had a great, 1 year of
acquiring
getting
businesses.
Yes, new business, new customer. But again, you see, being a startup, these are part of the joy, but a lot of things you have to do. I think a lot of people misunderstood, entrepreneur journey as something that's very glamorous. I want to be my own boss, and
the truth is,
you really have to do everything yourself, lah. Yeah, your own janitor, you're your own
Bottler.
yeah, correct. Your logistic person, your operations, your delivery man. But that is also where you find out about where the loopholes are, because you get to speak to your customer, you get to understand what they think, and also then come fast forward, then 2 years in 2017, I realized that business was a bit slowing, more volatile. That's also another lesson that I started learning in my this entrepreneurship, that actually Singapore is a very, very small pond with many big fishes. All of us are highly educated, right? Initially, my thought was that how the business could expand it was, okay, I give you the opportunity to try the whiskey in sample size. You like it, you can order from me on the website in a full bottle form. But then I realized everyone started to Google themselves and then buy from themselves.
From various places, wherever lah.
Yeah, by overriding me.
right?
Yeah. So when that happened, I mean, there isn't a sort of protection, you see, from this sort of there's no
free
barrier.
samples, but yet no one is buying from you.
Not exactly free, like
not
they're
exactly
buying.
free, but that's
Yeah.
I'm doing everyone else a service.
Yeah.
But
Okay, you're marketing for them.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if they like it, they'll buy. Go straight to the supplier, the brand to buy.
Yes, correct. So when that happened, I realized that it's not going to sustain because it become very volatile. And to actually, for someone to even drink 4 whiskey being sent to them, sometimes whiskey is a very, or not just whiskey, alcohol is a very social thing. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I send this to your house, I don't gather friends together at the right time together and we all drink together. But if we all don't have time, then
It just stays there.
tough.
it just stack up.
Yeah.
All the deliveries are stack up. I've met some customers and say, oh no, I haven't had time to drink, especially those that they travel a lot. Yeah. So that's the one thing I learned. So if you want to do so, you need to consider the fact that Singapore is a very, very small and elite market whereby people know how to find things themselves. Yeah, and it's easy because then I also came to realize that it's true that even that thing is sold in Jurong and you stay in Tampines, the drive is less than an hour away. It's not like me driving from Brisbane to Margaret River. It takes about 3-4 hours.
3 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
If they truly want, they will just drive it up lah. Then you go get lah.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, not from Brisbane, from Perth to Margaret River.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Brisbane to
came
Margaret River, I think you take about a few days, you know?
Few days, yeah. I just came out from Brisbane.
Quite
So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's one thing I can realize. But that also sort of allow me to learn more about myself as well. Allow me to understand what could have changed, how do I improve. So then eventually I branched out to do events.
Okay.
Yeah. I started giving talks. I started
On appreciating whiskey.
Yes, whiskey masterclasses, whiskey event, and it actually has gone quite well. So when I first started, I was still a bit worried that, do I have some imposter syndrome? That I'm not too good. Because I'm not the best. There's so many people that are better than me out there in the market.
Like where? In Singapore or overseas?
Yeah, definitely there are. It's just that they are not known to most people.
And these people are...
There are people that they are truly passionate about whiskey, like me. So
So like you, they really go outside. They take
yes.
But it's more of a personal hobby.
There's no like accreditation and all, right?
Yes, that's the tough part. So the only accreditation I took was the Whiskey Ambassador course.
Okay.
But when I took the course, I realized, actually everything can be found online.
Okay. Not like Michelin star lah.
No, it's not as established.
So is there a Michelin like grading for whiskies?
Okay, there are a lot of awards.
Okay.
But I never believe much in this because sometimes, you see,
Pay
again,
for the award.
we all don't know. Actually, I don't want to discredit them, but I really don't know. But again, there's so many whiskey in the whole world, right? And what if someone doesn't send? Correct? The whiskey in that year.
Yeah, then you probably wouldn't win and you probably wouldn't know about it.
Correct. What if we are fighting against someone that year produced, the production was bad? Because whiskey comes in batches. They should be consistent, but it comes in batches.
Okay.
Yeah. So, And maybe also the day that how I felt as a judge, I felt that, my mood is to want to drink this kind of particular style of whiskey, then I might be skewed towards. Everyone is biased in a way.
Yeah.
As much as you have a panel of people, but
It's your own taste.
exactly.
Your own,
Yes. It's like you see, even just with 2 whiskey, I can have 2 different answers.
the 3K one versus
Thanks for treating.
I like this.
So, all this makes whiskey not something that there is a one governance that talk about which one is number 1, number 2, because it's a subjective.
That's why it's hence art.
Yes,
itself.
that's what I thought as well.
Right. And you mentioned you're also doing events. What sort of events are you doing for whiskey?
So I used to do a lot of events for like even media company, corporate companies, the Big 4.
To incorporate appreciation of whiskey.
Yes, to their clients, to even car companies,
Okay.
anyone like Google, Facebook,
As long as they want an experience.
medical
And
company.
You do private hosting as well, right?
Yes. So, like I said, I mean, initially I was also a bit worried, but the more I do, I can realize that I found more about myself, that actually that was my strength. Yeah. So sometimes never give up in again, thinking that something failed means nothing is learned, right? I mean, most entrepreneurs will share with you this thing. There must be something that you can take back. That's why until today, I think I'm more certain about who I am and what I should be doing. And again, I realized that I was never someone that chased after the dollar and cent. As much we all need it. Yeah, but you will ask me like that one word, that I want to share, I would say passion. Yeah, because when you're crazy about something, and that's something I tell my son, I say, I don't need you to, be doing well in all your subjects, for the sake of doing well. I want you to be crazy about something. Yeah, because when you're crazy, you'll go out to find out. And that was what I did for whiskey. I went all out. I went to a distillery, buy every whiskey that I can, try as much as I can. Understand why. Why whiskeys from the same distillery, from different era, they can taste so different. There was once I went to a bar in Singapore and I tried Macallan, 18 years old. 18, but all from different era.
Oh.
1940s, 1950s, 1960s, 70s, 80s. They all have a slight differences.
Also, that's what you mentioned, right? The air and all.
Not just that. Yes. You also have to understand, that's where storytelling comes apart. 1940 Macallan has slight peat in it because it was World War II.
Oh.
The cost of coal is high. It's like we used to
So as
cook
peat,
off. Peat.
maybe explain to
Yeah, peat is just
In
a
layman's
natural
term.
metal, natural organic metal that's underneath, the vegetation. And normally, typically, it's on climate whereby you don't get a lot of sunlight because the soil beneath the microorganism is not fully decomposed.
Okay.
So when you duck it out and dry it, can be a source of energy.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, when you burn it, it gives out phenol, the kind of smoky smell.
So that's Peaty means like smoky like that.
In a way, yes, but also depend on which region.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
because
region impacts as well.
Yeah, because different region has different microorganism. Yeah. So in highland, maybe it's just the grassiness and the saltiness.
And Highland is
And
what,
the
like
seawater, because rainwater,
mountains,
right? Yeah, exactly. Like seawater, the rainwater is salty. But whereas in Naila, because of the stones, the kind of vegetation that they have, is more medicinal. Yeah.
So by medicinal, what kind of taste are we looking at?
Oh, the easiest, I think, relevance I can give is like iodine or antiseptic lotion.
Iodine.
Yeah, because when I first taste one of the
Is
whiskey,
that the katoa taste?
no lah, that way everything is katoa to you. Like a Lefroy.
Okay.
Yeah. First thing is like, wow, who like pour iodine or like antiseptic into my? I'm like drinking, like I didn't understood, you see, all this thing back then. So that was interesting to me. But then gradually I found out that, actually this sort of whiskey back then, the peat wasn't that sort of heavy in terms of medicinal. Something lighter with a more balance of either fruitiness or sherry notes. But that again, we are not living in an era to understand why, because climate have changed, right? The vegetation over the years, so could play a part. And then of course the type of barley being used play a part. It's not a big part, but we always talk about it's the small little things that adds up. Of course, the biggest thing that contributes to the final flavor of the whiskey, most people would think that it's a cask and through the distillation.
This is the Enzo segment. Over the course of interviewing and networking, we realized that many people do not know what question to ask. Hence, we came up with this. It's as simple as pick up a card and ask that question. I can't do this. The other one is better. Yeah.
No, it's expensive.
Okay, this one.
And this one.
Okay, you
all right.
you read that?
So the first question I have with me, right, is how do you prepare yourself for the challenges you anticipated in your career?
How do I prepare myself?
For the challenges you anticipated in your career. Yeah, you can have a look.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's might be easier. Might be a visual person.
How do you know? Okay. Now I'm more a audio person. I listen and together with visual. So I'm someone that I love playing chess. Yes. So
what kind? International, Chinese, Weiqi?
Chinese, mostly Chinese chess and this English chess, both. Okay. I think, but I'm more acquainted because when I was young, I played a lot more Chinese chess. Yeah. And in a way, like strategic. That's also one thing that I like about consulting. I always remember one thing that one of my engagement manager was telling me, right? When you face a problem, right, don't go head to head. Okay, the best man finds a way to go around it. Yeah. Something today I never forget. So, and also another incident, I thought that's so funny. Actually when I was just came back from Singapore as well from UK. One of my friend, right? Yeah. She tried to get me, she was in the insurance industry. So she tried to introduce me to her company. So I felt like, wow, I was playing game. Like I have to meet all the different bosses. Okay. I have to fight all the different levels because I don't think I'm cut out for to do this. I don't think that I will do well. So I spoke to her manager, then after that her branch manager, until like where you guys now? So until the last the guy which heads the agency. I think he is someone that's very senior, probably like my dad age already. So he probably have seen through so much. I went in, answered all the questions, and he said this to me. Actually, no point we had this conversation, he said. Because everything that I asked you, you have already had the answer replayed at the back of your mind. I said, wow, I was like, wow, how do you know? So one thing when it comes to back to the questions, how you face those challenges, I always try to also preempt and play out certain scenarios or certain things that could happen and what are the possible route that I have. Yeah, so in that way, even when it comes, it may not be the exact answer or solution to it, but I know that I can, try certain solution and method that's towards this direction and work within this and nudge it out. Yeah.
Okay.
And the second question?
The second question, I think you have to repeat because you answered it in the earlier part of the session.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think for more interesting one, maybe repeat. Okay. So the second question is, this third. How did you manage the risk of leaving your comfort zone to start your journey?
I think at the end of the day, or something that I also just had a chat with my wife. I'm someone that I always have a vision, and I don't want to live life without purpose. I always see life, or every one of us that being born to this world, right? We are all in this rat race. We have no choice. Okay, you like it or not, okay, it's a rat race. Everyone has a different starting point, like on the track. But doesn't mean that you're behind, you don't have to catch up. As long as if there is a purpose, I think that sort of purpose will ignite the fire within me to always want to fight for this cause and fight for this goal. So with that said, I'm also very blessed because given that I mean, a lot of people always say that I don't really, have to think too much about taking care of my elder, and then or at the end of it, because my dad himself had a business, and I grew up also with him, learning, seeing him how he negotiate people and talking to people. That has also given me that sort of idea, or probably subconsciously, I always think that it's not about a risk. It's a decision that you make. Yeah, it's just whether can you stick by to it, and when thing goes bad, instead of complaining, how can we change the whole situation, or how can we turn the whole situation around?
Okay.
Yeah, and that helps me keeps me going, I think.
Nice. Just that.
Just that, yeah, man.
Just
So Ben,
yes.
actually I'm very curious.
Just us.
Really?
Yes, just us.
I can't continue.
Don't green.
I can't continue after this. I'm gonna be drunk. Anyway. But this is good.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, this is really, really good. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, on that note, what's the most expensive alcohol, or rather most expensive whiskey you have ever drank?
I think
Like a Louis 13, Rip Van Winkle.
the most expensive whiskey I've ever drank in today's market terms, that bottle is probably about, I don't know, 40 to 50,000 pounds.
What? 40 to 50,000 pounds?
Not
Pounds.
even.
So it's about, okay, I would say back then the exchange rate was about 100,000.
100,000 Sing ah.
One bottle.
Is it like crystal caps
no.
or what? No, not even that.
But this is nothing, man. This is nothing.
So by right, the expensive bottles are those with like crystal, nice little bottles.
So,
is
okay,
it?
again, to what I've mentioned earlier, right? All this is all about demand and supply. Because there are people that are willing to pay such a high price, and hence the market sought to this sort of prices. It was just a mere 18 years old, 1968 whiskey.
Why is it so expensive?
So, there's this sort of whiskey influencer online where he started drinking since like 1980s, and back then whiskey wasn't that expensive. So, and he gave this whiskey a close to 100 marks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's close to 100 marks because
It tastes good.
Tastes good.
Only a taste.
It's an art. It's an art. You have to taste it to find out.
Like
Yes.
it aligns to
Yeah.
most of the notes that he's trying to find. Is it that kind of thing? What tastes good? Then
Okay.
apple juice oh. Apple juice also tastes good. What?
So I whether it lines or not, I don't know. But again, it's also like say why partly art and emotional. How it makes you feel. I don't know if you guys know that, right? Like how our body release endorphins.
Yeah.
Right, when we feel good. Of course, one thing is like you have to when we're having that sort of like male and female.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and then when we eat
Okay,
eat and drink when you have good food, right? You sort of like, wow, I feel this is the best beef I ever had.
Okay.
So there's sort of endorphin being released. Same thing as alcohol. So when it touches that, everything becomes emotional. Yeah. And I wouldn't be able to explain that to you as well. I will only be able to tell you that when I taste, wow, I like it. And that was the reason that also I chose to bottle one of my whiskey without much knowledge. I just tried different sometimes. When I drank it, I said, this is very good. This is very good.
and this is it lah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's where the art really comes in.
So yeah, it reminds you of your wedding day, walking down the aisle.
Yeah, that's sort of like remnants, is it? Like, yeah. It reminds you a lot of like beautiful memories. That everything just comes in place together. So a good food, right, or a good drink, can we all agree that it means that nothing too salty, nothing too sweet.
The fragrance is there.
Yes, but
Balance.
all flavor
Smell,
comes
yeah.
together as a balance.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think in metaphysics, that's what they always talk about, right? Everything there's a
balancing,
balance.
yeah.
And you see a beautiful picture. I think that's life. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers,
Yeah.
cheers, cheers,
Yeah,
cheers,
man,
cheers.
that's a good one. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
cheers to that.
Yeah.
So I'm also very curious.
Okay.
What's the most number of types? The most
Different types of whiskey.
Different types of whiskey, yeah, you have done in a session.
In one session, I think close about 20,
The one session is how long?
maybe 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours. 20, 20 or what? Like
Wait,
that.
wait, wait.
20
How much is
about
one? Yeah.
20 ml each, 15 to 20 ml each.
20. That's not sad.
Not
That's why I mean, it took us about, it was me and one of my friends. It took us about a few hours, and in between we had coffee to take a break.
Oh, still got coffee. Like, was it paired with food or?
No food. Pure. Our palate was pure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really just trying to understand what else more could we get out of it.
And so in between after drinking this, to cleanse the palate, you water or like you have to sniff like coffee beans and all?
We literally drink coffee itself.
Okay,
Black
like
coffee.
black coffee lah. Kosong lah. Okay, so to reset
to reset the whole palate. and all.
Yes, because again, like same, like after eating too much chili, right, you can't
Gone
taste
already.
like the chili tastes the same.
20
Yeah.
I got follow also.
No, I am.
But-
yes,
but
please.
Then
Yeah,
how? So what would be good to pair whiskey with? Like general foods.
Well, it depends on what kind of whiskey.
Okay.
It really depends on what kind of food that you're having. There's no one.
best food fits all.
So whenever I do food and whiskey pairing, most of the time I say, if possible, I would like the chef to sit down and go through with me. Because sometimes even the sauce may tweak it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the alcohol content is too high. It's no longer about, I X off the oiliness from the beef, blah, blah, blah.
So who has more inputs? You as the whiskey side of things or the chef as the...
Of course, the best, I mean, if cost allowed, is to go through it, a small portion, we try it.
together lah? Okay.
Yeah, then you will feel it yourself.
Okay.
So when it comes to an agreement, because to me, the pairing should be harmonious.
Okay.
Yeah. If not, it's just drinking,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
It's just drinking and eating, drinking. So,
As a rule of thumb, like salty, sweet,
so
savory
say,
or
okay, Isla whiskey peated typically goes quite well with jam on ham, and also more salted.
like cheese.
Yes, and
Okay.
also seafood.
Seafood.
Okay. So you meant Isla,
Yes, as in like the Peaty medicinal.
Peaty medicinal
yes,
types.
Yes.
Okay.
And typically Highland Speyside whiskey, depending on which producer, which SKU itself, then you can go as well with dessert or maybe fish, depending. Yeah.
How about with red meats?
Well, red meat, that's why beef actually is a bit tough. I find it a bit tough.
Heavy tasting.
Both, yes. Like what we have today, supposing you say red wine, this sort of sherry whiskey should go as well, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes I find it makes it a bit bitter.
Makes it
Bitter.
Yes. So it's all really about the specific SKU. Yeah. And also what kind of beef. Grass fed.
Well, got difference.
Yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference.
How sort
For
of
whiskey fat,
gamey this beef is, and then how much fats it have. So if you have something
Like a
that's fatty,
Wagyu is different from...
probably, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I'm just going into too much details of it,
Yeah.
but in general, of course, you don't want to think so much. You just feel that
Nice.
Yeah, but in my honest opinion, then there's eating and drinking. Then if you enjoy it, go ahead.
Okay.
There's
okay.
nothing wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, because if it doesn't harmonize in your palate, then I don't want to destroy that moment, right? On its own, it's good, but why should I add it together? Yeah, why should I force something? Yeah.
Okay.
So Ben, actually, I'm very curious. We talk a lot about whiskey, we talk about
Yeah.
business and all. If there's one lessons, right, that you learn about your whole business journey, what is the biggest lessons you got from it?
Biggest lesson? Well, I would say that being resilient and always wanting to learn. I think whiskey is something that allows me to keep learning. Even until today, I don't dare say I'm a super expert. I'm still learning. Yeah. And having this mindset allows me to have a bigger picture and see things from a wider perspective. Yeah. So with that said, so that also made me more resilient to failure, because I get myself updated on news, find out what's the latest thing in the market. Then I will, again, same thing like what I mentioned, I run through it at the back of my mind. What could be the next big thing? Yeah. So all these things, it has to be, because we always talk about, to start a business is not difficult. It's to sustain a business. To sustain a business, right, it's all about finding the gap between the consumer and what's missing in the market, right? When you provide that, and that is where the flow will come. It's like building the dam.
Right. So Ben,
Yes.
right, I'm curious now. If I were to bring you back to time when you're maybe 21 years old, would you have done anything differently to your journey?
Maybe not. Because I am someone that I don't regret with the decisions I made. And I'm someone that I try to live life to the fullest. And if I can, always treat today as probably, or the next day is the last day of your life. That's why sometimes my parents think, hey, why am I enjoying my life? So I say, no, I'm experiencing it. Yeah. Because I've seen so much cases, my parents' friend, the era, they work so hard, they save up. But then where all the money goes to? Paying the bills, medical bills, that when it comes to the old age. Have they enjoyed their life? Have they seen the world? No. So I wouldn't. I'm very thankful that I'm able to, see the other part of the world when I'm studying in the UK, and then have had the opportunity to try so many whiskey and of course travel around the world. I think these are things, to me, I think we all know that, right, on the deathbed, one thing that no one can ever take away from you is your memories and your experiences. So I will have no regrets. I may not have walked the faster route to become very successful or to even be, where all these guys are. That's also because that I was never after the money. If I were, probably I would be sitting here telling a different story now. But I have had, enjoyed this life and seen this world. At least I know that till date, I don't have much regrets.
Okay. And so he asked the question of looking backwards. Now looking at your kids,
Yes.
right? Would you, assuming it's not illegal, would you introduce whiskey to them for them to try? And at which age?
The ironic thing is my...
How don't tell me you give it?
No, of course, no.
Why will kill you?
Yeah. My elder son, Ambrose, I actually let him know the whiskey and I asked him for flavors.
Okay.
And actually
so
kids are, very
Sensitive.
young and innocent. Sometimes you'll be very curious that, hey, actually they come out with very interesting tasting notes that is quite true as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So,
will try that.
yeah. So I think nosing, definitely no issue. But drinking, that really depends on how he look at this alcohol and in general, right? Like whenever the mama asks, hey, you know what Papa does? He just drink alcohol. Yeah,
Okay, lor.
yeah. So yeah. So I think that's the thing. We also don't want him to have the wrong mindset. Yeah, to know. But at least again back to what I mentioned, I need them to be crazy and passionate about something. Now, if he likes it, I'm more than happy to share with him. Yeah, but of course, drinking, then you drink in a legal age. But I'm happy to share. I think, nosing is 80% of it.
Yeah, okay.
If you can nose it, I'm very happy for you already. If you're enjoying it, yeah, sometimes I don't have to drink whiskey. I just have to nose it.
Interesting. Yeah. So anyway, Ben, for every single guest that sat on that chair,
Yeah.
we will ask them this question, right?
Yes.
So the question is, if there's one word they will give to all any inspiring young entrepreneurs out there,
Yes.
right, to inspire them, what is that one word?
Passion.
Why passion?
Money will die off. I've met many people that follow trend. When cafe is good, let's do cafe. And we see how many F&Bs are closing down now. You have no plan. You have no game plan. You don't know much about, why some people sustain. What's at the back of their, like they have not show hand, like all those big guns. They have plan you're like 10 steps ahead. And what have you got? Just follow the trend? No. If you don't love something, you don't find out,
More about it.
Yes, you don't go to the depth of it. You never know when it's going to be game over. Yeah. So when you love something, you go all the way out and you predict the future and foresee the future. And that's where that you will become the trendsetter.
Right.
And not the follower.
Yeah. And on that note, actually, I think I'm drunk because, right, normally I'll ask this question at the start of the whole conversation.
Okay.
Right. But now I'm asking, right, at the end of the conversation is actually, why whiskey? Why not wine, champagne, anything else? Why whiskey?
Gin, any
Yeah.
other alcohol classes.
In all honest truth, right, when I first started drinking whiskey, right, I would say whiskey is cheaper than wine.
Back then lah.
Why so? No. It's not just back then. Wine, whenever I open it,
You need a few bottles to get drunk.
no, you need
Whiskey
to,
one can
you need to
settle.
finish immediately. The whole bottle, you can't keep.
Okay, yes,
right,
yes.
Yes. And today, right, there are a lot of table wines that you can't tell the difference. There are too many.
Okay.
Too many. So there isn't sort of, I think the learning curve is too steep for me. I decided on to embark. Third, wine need temperature, and Singapore is not the best place to keep them.
Yeah.
So having said that, and also you don't know the provenance of the shipping, all this wine over. So I decided that then whiskey is the way to go. As much as I do enjoy good wines, but again, the lower the alcohol percentage, the less you can get out of it, as in the flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the higher alcohol precisely is packed, with different flavors. The alcohol content is high, but whether your palate can decipher all these different flavors, it's the same as when you taste a very spicy chili. Can you tell this chili has got nutty notes, cereal notes? Yeah, it takes someone that's so accustomed to it to be able to tell. Else, it's chili to them.
Yeah, it's just 辣椒.
Yeah. So to me, having said that, then whiskey is a no-brainer.
See, I told you already, I'm drunk. Normally this conversation I'll start at the start, but I only ask it at the end of the conversation. Yeah. So our very last part, right? Before we cheers off, will be I'll put your attention to this camera over here.
Okay.
Any last word of advice, right? To anyone that's out there.
Last word of advice. I would say we are all in this world together and we are no different to another one. So I hope that everyone can live this life with a meaningful purpose. All right? And live your dream, because we all don't know when it's the last. Cheers.
Cheers! Hi guys, thank you for listening. If you like what you have just heard, follow us for more content like this.